These 6 stars somehow turn into 22 stars, arriving very quickly in a row. And that's a slap in the face to the law of conservation of mass. Kids will be watching this movie for physics' sake.
Whoa! I'm okay.
Nobody asked. Also, 50 seconds of doggos. Dogos. Oh no, this attempted cuteness overload really is going to try and short-circuit my brain, isn't it? Building this giant bridge just for this tiny town. Do you hear that lack of traffic noise? That's the sound of your tax dollars being wasted. Parental negligence. I'd give all the sins back if this movie started with this Tuck Everlasting crew learning a graphic vehicular tortoise-side lesson about looking both ways. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I was going to go light on the kids' movie? Do you even know me? If you accidentally clicked on this, now's the time to turn back, little turtles. It's about to get very dark and sweary on this highway. There's no way he got his head in that shell without any physical damage. At least that's what I assume, based on the way my mother always made me feel guilty about my own massive noggin.
Look out, little guy!
A movie starring animals starts with a prime example of why you should just run over animals instead of swerving to avoid them. Achieving 0G when you haven't even started free-falling yet. This waste of animation decides to scream into the air for help instead of into the radio in his cab that we saw him use seconds ago.
Oh my, that's not good.
There's no way you heard that yell for help but didn't hear a semi-truck cut through a half-dozen steel cables while skidding to a stop.
You're in Adventure Bay. Here, we call the Paw Patrol.
You gotta call the who?
If there was a group of dogs that could talk, drive vehicles, and were known for saving the day, I'm pretty sure the entire human population would already know about them. Especially you, considering your license plate is from nearby Adventure City. Passing on the wrong side of a double yellow.
Rocky, I need you to shut down the bridge and control traffic.
Rocky picks the f*** you flares that deploy in front of said traffic with no warning and should have caused a 20-car pileup.
Chase, it's all up to you.
Which is confusing, considering Sky has a f***ing helicopter and could probably zip over.
A dog?
Actually, sir, I'm a puppy.
Choosing semantic conversations in life or death scenarios.
Now let's get you out of here.
This dog has no thumbs. Purse chickens.
It's like waffles, pancakes, and French toast.
Sorry, Rebel, I'm not taking one bite of any food that's been sitting open in that mechanical bag of holding you got going on. Especially those gravity-defying fruit berries. That ain't right.
Let's get you back to your family.
Your mom's just been chilling over here waiting to see how things turned out. She'll be thrilled to have you back. And by thrilled, I mean completely and utterly ambivalent, because she's a f***ing turtle.
Maybe you should just pick that up and put it in the trash.
Yeah? Or what?
Or I'm going to pick you up and put you in the trash.
Hey, I don't want no trouble.
Right, because empty threats are the best way to change behavior in bullies. Science!
In a surprising twist, the leading candidate has dropped out of the race.
And in a not-so-surprise twist, another movie depends on news position to do its expositional dirty work.
I won this election fair and square. Well, maybe not fair, but who's keeping track?
Saying this while being recorded on stage with an amplification device in your hand that you decide to only cover for part of the time.
When I'm done with this place, you won't even recognize it.
Thinking that children can't handle a nuanced villain.
You answer your own calls?
Liberty has been toxic fandoming here for a while, but I can't really pay attention to anything she's saying because I'm wondering what device she's using to call the Paw Patrol.
Please, we need your help. Come quickly.
Not saying goodbye and abruptly hanging up on the group of people you were just fan-pupping over mere seconds ago.
I don't want to go back to Adventure City. I know it was tough, but that was a long time ago.
Discounting someone else's trauma.
I promise it will be nothing like it was when you were little.
Making promises you absolutely cannot keep to a traumatized person you are convincing to do something outside of their comfort zone.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Yeah, super scared puppy, get over it. Smile despite your pain. Teach the children to ignore and suppress their discomfort and pivot to pretend happiness.
Sky, Chase, Rocky, Marshall, Zuma.
I swear the one-line pitch for Paw Patrol was, what if a boy band, but puppy dogs? There's no way these interior windows have been cleaned enough for me to find either of the instances of attempted death by bacteria at all cute. Also, now is when children everywhere turn to their guardian and whine, but the Paw Patrol doesn't have to buckle up on their car ride.
This place is so much bigger than Adventure Bay.
I bet we could charge twice as much for the playset. This absolutely terrible right turn into oncoming traffic. There's a reason his character is named Ryder and not Driver, I guess. Kits.
It flies around and sucks up clouds, then brings them back to the lab so we can study them.
That's not how clouds work. I see that if we want some real science stuff, we're gonna have to wait for Ada Twist to have a movie.
Suck up those clouds, or I'm closing this university forever!
This cumulodingus and his misunderstanding of the power of a mayor. A misunderstanding the movie apparently also suffers from, considering everyone takes this threat as real.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Ruining Star Wars by trying to force your content into the Star Wars universe. Disney is doing a good enough job at that on their own movie.
Yeah, couldn't have missed that.
Is this movie saying that the Paw Patrol found land and did construction on this headquarters in the short amount of time since the distress call? Or is this movie saying that the Paw Patrol already had a headquarters of this magnitude that they've just never used before? Either way, movie is a liar.
How can we afford this place?
Officially licensed Paw Patrol merchandise.
Capitralism. Also, how do you think the pups left off the shirt are feeling right now?
We've got everything we need at our fingertips.
Saying this to a group of paw-based life forms.
Everybody's got their own cubby.
Look, at some point we have to deal with the wealth that goes into an organization that is meant to help people in need. This place is full of excess. It's not a new thing. The Catholic Church has been pulling this for centuries. I just never thought it would infect the rescue pup industry. Putting your control board on stage and locating your giant speakers behind the microphone. Don't blame me for complaining. You're the one blatantly asking for unnecessary feedback. These rockets were red glaring from several blocks away, so how did this one manage to land on the stage when it hasn't even gone off yet?
This is why dogs hate fireworks!
No, it's not. They hate them for the same reason many humans hate them. They're shockingly loud, create anxiety, and are a curse from hell hoisted upon us by a demon who follows us wherever we go to possess our neighbors, manipulating them into haunting our nights with the dark explosions of the underworld's malice. Okay, that last one might just be me.
We've got to stop those fireworks before they burn down the city.
Great, right, sure. But didn't you come to this city because a pup called asking for help to take down a political opponent? When are we going to get to that? Side-by-side slow motion walk to prove that we're a bunch of badass mother puppets cliche. I'm sure it's a complete accident that these outfits all come together like they are toy pieces. Nope, no psychological manipulation going on here at all. I'm sure it's a complete accident that this slide comes out of this building like it's directly from a playset. Nope, no psychological manipulation going on here at all. I'm sure it's a complete accident that this vehicle porn directly relates to fun accessories. You know, you get the idea. This movie and show is about selling toys. Feel free to go about your life pretending like your favorite shows and movies weren't. Also, having your rescue vehicle slowly elevate while spinning out of a covered hole when people may already be experiencing third-degree burns from an errant pyro missile.
You're taking Main Street at rush hour? No wonder you're stuck in traffic.
And I just happened to be nearby to convey this information. Also, sure, this is trouble for the cars, but why is the movie not showing us what's going on with the helicopter? Shouldn't we have seen Sky zoom past when these guys stopped? Also, they named her Sky because she's the one that flies, didn't they? Did she not have a name before she was on the team? I hope her real name is Barbara. This is illegal.
See that? I'm like a furry GPS.
My ex-girlfriend's excuse for how we always accidentally ended up at certain conventions somehow makes it into the script. The chopper is still behind them? Did she fly through the parking garage? Where the hell has she been this entire time? Having to admit that a movie based on a children's show is now my favorite Transformers movie. Wait, they're lowering him down? With what extra rope? He was clearly as far down as possible in the wide shot already.
As a professional journalist, it's important that I remain unbiased.
Giving this line to Jimmy Kimmel.
The Paw Patrol have humiliated me for the last time.
Wishful thinking. Take it from the box office of the movies, The Protégé, and Reminiscence. There's no coming back from being trounced by Paw Patrol. The movie will now play a somber Alessia Cara song for a couple of minutes because how else is it supposed to get the runtime over an hour? Leaving your eggplant exposed. No, I'm serious. Your eggplant will shrivel up and wilt in direct sunlight. Why is everyone giggling? And the director said, have Tony throw Liberty an apple so that the audience will know the reason he only has prices on a few of his fruits is because he's an asshole.
The Humdinger Hyperloop!
Mr. Mayor, have you considered the possibility that this is the single dumbest idea that anyone has ever had, ever?
Elon Musk press conferences.
This is a new low for subway service in this city, and that is saying something.
This is a line for the adults watching the movie, and I promise you that all of us are looking at those pristine floors, clean seats, clear windows, and freshly disinfected handrails as if they would be a gift from the transport gods. Our judgment is firmly placed on you for having insane subway standards. Also, everyone is rightfully flipped around because the train is upside down, but this guy calling Paw Patrol seems to be miraculously hanging onto the floor of the subway by his toes?
In a surprising twist that surprised nobody.
M. Night's The Village.
I can't believe Humdinger thought this was a good idea.
I can't believe there's a city that allows a mayor to do whatever they want without having to go through approvals for safety protocols or how to spend money. So Rubble's idea of fixing this issue is just cementing the base? Even if that were a fix, are they planning on waiting the full 28 days for it to cure? I'm starting to highly doubt this movie's ability to function as an educational course on construction.
Nice work, Rubble.
But the rest of you guys that did stuff. I don't remember your names, but yeah, your efforts were meaningless.
Chase is on the case.
And then this dumb dog runs up about 10 flights of stairs or casually waits for the elevator rather than hop a ride with the Pinkocopter pup to get to the top and, speed this rescue along.
Marshall, get your ladder up to the train.
Marshall has a ladder that can reach the train, and that wasn't your first plan? Your first plan was to have Chase use a suction cup to zip line over to the train, and then what? Have them all zip line back against gravity? Also, good thing Chase is on a case of vertigo, because that suction cup detached the second that train moved. His forced character growth plotline saved his life.
Nice work, Marshall.
I mean, sure, this works for these four, but do you realize how treacherous it is for the rest of the passengers to get down here to this exit spot?
What kind of leader gives up on someone the second things get hard?
Chase would be K9 out of 10 at CinemaSins.
He's more of a cat person.
Encouraging species prejudices in a children's show.
So what's your story, kid?
Well, it started out as kind of rescue heroes, but with dogs, and is suddenly feeling very Toy Story 3. Naming your dog Gary with 2 R's and then somehow inspiring someone else in the neighborhood to do the same with their dog.
How long has this been happening? It started a couple days ago.
A couple days ago? This just started and you already have an entire dog wall set up? Not to mention the dogs in the prison acted like they'd been there long enough to have the hope sucked out of them and said things like,
You're gonna be here a while.
why would you even say that after just a couple days?
After today's little subway snafu,
Slipping an abbreviated into your kid's movie. Did you think it stood for Situation Normal all furried up? Seriously, WTF. I'm not sure why Liberty chooses to lift up a wooden doghouse rather than just walk in and keep talking, but clearly she's hella strong, and this superior strength is never exploited for the remainder of the movie.
While you chew over that knowledge I just dropped, I'm gonna get us out of here.
She did drop some knowledge, that's true, but no one addresses the tension between Ryder and Chase. Someone needs to remind the pup that he should believe in himself, and that confidence shouldn't come from a childish overlord.
Well, there's one thing I forgot to mention.
Liberty forgets to mention that any dog near the back wall would be crushed beneath concrete debris. What a bitch.
Get him!
If attacking these assholes when they entered the dungeon was always an option, why even take out a wall in the first place?
Yes, we're free.
Open all those doors!
All right, pups, let's roll.
Ryder is going to leave all the dogs to find their owners without any assistance. There are so many people needing to find their dogs. How is this happening in a movie about dogs? Are we supposed to cheer on a kid for stepping in front of an out-of-control van in order to save a dog from being run over? Kids, do not step in front of vehicles, probably not even parked ones. Better yet, don't leave home, live in the basement, and watch YouTube videos forever. It's safer. Yeah, I just don't know who actually runs with their arms over their heads like that. For the first time, we see each of the vehicles come up out of the same hole, and apparently on the same platform. We never see the platform go down and reload. Crap, I'm gonna have to buy the toy to figure out how this works, aren't I?
You're kind of like an honorary member of the Paw Patrol, right?
Your words, not mine.
She has literally said that she was an honorary member multiple times before now and is clearly an artful manipulator. If Liberty doesn't infiltrate the Bark Squad and systematically take over, then this character is useless. If Liberty says anything other than, you got me a goddamn scooter, with all the tech available, you went with a Vespa-looking salmon pink scooter, f*** off, Ryder, call me when my Corvette is ready, then I'm adding 12 cents.
This is amazing. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Also, the Paw Patrol already has a female character with a pink-colored vehicle. I guess this show is literally doubling down on the pink is for girls and all other colors are for boys vibe.
You might want to hang on.
Asking a dog with no seatbelt options and no arms to hang on to anything.
Hold on! There's a car in the water!
It's almost like someone put it out there so my vehicle would finally have something to do. The Paw Patrol vehicles seem to be able to do an awful lot of incredible things. I'm surprised that Zuma's water rescue doesn't have a powerful winch that could have pulled the car to the surface. Seems that maybe the movie just wanted a dramatic moment where a family almost drowns, but somehow comes out smiling.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Ryder doesn't immediately leave and let natural selection take its course.
I'll release the cables manually from above. Once I've lowered you down safely, I'll rappel down the elevator shaft.
You'll do what now? I mean, Humdinger is clearly the dumbest for coming up here after a hurricane was unleashed, but Ryder suggesting that he should or could manually release the cables in an elevator after the power goes out is a really close second. There are no winners here.
Nice job, Ryder. See you on the ground.
How much cable does Ryder have in that tiny wrist launcher? For the love of nanobots, where is it all coming from? I guess we're assuming our heroes got everyone out of this building safely, or is everyone dead?
Ryder, I can see your light.
Would it have made sense for all of them to have tracking beacons on their gear instead of flashing light and wimpy bleep? Sure, but the dumbasses that designed their tech only spent time making the transformations look badass and completely forgot to have them be logical.
Grappling hook!
deciding after 70 minutes that it's time for actual physics to matter.
I chose you because you were the bravest pup I'd ever seen.
Brave doesn't mean you have to leap between two buildings and risk your life. Brave also encompasses going back down the building, then across the street to the adjacent building, and then ascending several stories to find your friend. You don't have to be stupid. The longest a dog has ever jumped in perfect conditions is just under 37 feet. If we assume that Chase is about 3 feet from paw to paw, then from this underneath shot, we can see the jump is about 12 chases long, or right around 36 feet. So everything checks out, and there's nothing ridiculous at all about this dog making this jump.
You did it!
We did it.
They did it. How exactly did destroying the machine dissipate the storm that fast? It's not like the machine was creating a storm hologram or something. Those storm clouds were independently storming. This would be like a dam with a crack flooding a town and then blowing up the dam to vaporize the water. And that makes no damn sense.
I am never taking this off.
That's a disgusting idea.
I want to take this special occasion to introduce you to the newest member of the Paw Patrol, Adventure City's very own...
Arf! Skip! Movie does not contain a post-credits scene where Bob the Builder shows up to jumpstart the Spin Master cinematic universe.
Release the hounds.
Don't get nasty!
Lassie.
When I'm done with this place, you won't even recognize it.
Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh.
It's a free-floating, gyroscopically balanced, remote-controlled weather containment and analysis apparatus.
I don't understand a word you just said.
We put her up inside a tornado. She opens and releases hundreds of these sensors that measure all parts of the tornado simultaneously.
Cruiser, mini, micro, machine, vehicles, planes, and boats to the police station, the marina, the mini motorcycle repair shop, the gas station, the construction office, work, the real working drawbridge, highway, passenger ramp, and garage doors. Or take a micro machine, flying machine in for a landing. Phew, this place has it all.
I can't stand those dogs.
Everyone knows you're a cat person.
And I can't stand them. I guess the moral is the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I can do this. I can do this.
No, you can't! You think you can do these things, but you can't, Nemo!